to G. So the problem is that in the sheet music it's always wrong because they don't teach the tonality of harmonic major. So nobody knows the right chord, even though it's there in plain sight. So for example, in one sheet music, from the C chord, because of the way that Paul plays that, there is no B flat, first of all. There is no B flat note in this chord with an E flat in the bass and a G natural in the melody. So it's erroneously called E flat major, but that would mean that there's a B flat for 2 beats in the chord progression. And what that does is that on its way to the D, it creates parallel fifths, E minor to E flat to D. Now if that's the sound that you want, then you're taking E flat from flat 6 major, G harmonic minor. But I do not believe that Blackbird goes for 2 beats from G major to G minor and then back to G major. In other words, I do not believe that it changes to a B flat. I believe that the B natural is retained and you get E minor, E flat augmented to D. And that solves the problem of the parallel fifths, because then you get E minor, which is a perfect fifth here, because I'm playing drop voicings on the guitar. You do it on the piano, it's the same anyways, even though the fifths might have a third in between them. A minor sixth on the E flat augmented to the D. So instead of this, which I find, you know, when you get 3 parallel fifths in a row like that, you can hear the kind of plodding sound like something's coming and it's not nice, okay? And in Blackbird, I believe that that is a bit of a heavy treatment in the bass. Whereas if you play it as augmented, you break the parallel fifths. So if I played it another way from the E minor descending, I would get E minor, and incorrectly E flat major with a B flat to D, and it sounds like this. When you hear the augmented next, and then what's written, and you compare them with your ears, by keeping the B going throughout the entire chord progression, and the G and the B going through the entire chord progression, which is our root and third, or tonic and third of our key of G, you can plainly hear that there is no B flat in this part of Blackbird. It's a B natural. In the bridge he plays a B flat, but that's because he's borrowing chords from another key, and he's not in G anymore. He's in C in this part. This part's in C, F, E minor, D minor to C, so that's the key of C major, and then we borrow the B flat from the key of F, and then back to C, which we do all the time. We borrow chords from all the kind of other keys. It's not a problem. It's just that if you write E minor, E flat to D, you are borrowing the wrong chord, even though the root and the melody note is correct. The B flat, the fifth of that E flat chord, is not correct. It's a B natural. Because we are not borrowing a chord from a minor key. We're in G major. We are borrowing a chord from another major key, G harmonic major, where naturally we have an augmented chord on the flat 6th degree.